Well, something like 51 million people have viewed the teaser trailer for the upcoming 2025 Superman film. But I ask you, have 51 million people heard the teaser trailer for the upcoming 2025 Superman film? I'm Ted, the soundtrack guy. Thank you for joining me. Stick with me till the end of this video. There is an amazing soundtrack that I want to turn you all on to, or reintroduce all of you to if you had been familiar with it once upon a time, because it is one of the greatest film scores ever composed. Now, I was over at a friend's house recently, and he and I were binging Stranger Things in preparation for season 5 coming out hopefully somewhere around September, October of this year, 2025. And before we got down to the nitty-gritty and started watching, I think it was episode 5 of season 4, my friend says, "Hey, I want to show you something," and he turns on the teaser trailer to the 2025 Superman movie directed by James Gunn. Now, I'm not super familiar with comic book movies, comic book characters. I don't know all the lore, and it's not something that I'm an expert at, but I do remember the 1978 Christopher Reeve Superman movie directed by Richard Donner, and even more than that, I remember the John Williams soundtrack to that movie. So when he turned this thing on, I thought, okay, Superman, this is cool. But then all of a sudden, I started to hear the trailer more than see the trailer, and believe you me, my heart started pumping and I started getting excited, and my friend is looking at me from the corner of his eye trying to get my reaction, and I'm trying to stay stony-faced and tough, you know, the alpha man, like Superman, because I don't want to start bawling like a baby, but boy, I was tempted to start bawling like a baby. You better believe it. So what I heard got me super excited. A lot of you might actually know what I'm already talking about. Maybe some of you don't, but I want to turn you on to this. Today, I'm going to watch the teaser trailer to the 2025 Superman film along with you. This isn't going to be an authentic first-time reaction video because, of course, I have already seen it, but I'm going to share something with you about this trailer that I am extremely pumped about, and that proves one of the points that I am very, very staunch in presenting here at My Favorite Soundtrack with Ted, the soundtrack guy. And that has to do with, you guessed it, the film score. So let's dive right into this. We are going to watch the trailer. Now, let me get set up here. I've got my headphones. We are traveling to planet Krypton, so let's get ready. All right, in 3, 2, 1, start. You can feel it building. In the music, you can feel it. It's coming. There it was. Tears stung the backs of my eyes when I heard this. And what is this that we're hearing? John Murphy is doing the music for this new movie. But what we're actually hearing here is an updated version of John Williams' Superman March. I can't believe they brought it back. I looked at Zach after I saw this and I was like, they brought it back.
Home. Take me home.
The choir comes in.
Superman.
Oh, it's just so epic. Pounding. Okay, now, why are people getting so riled up about this? Obviously, there are huge Superman fans out there, so there's a lot of reason to get pumped, to get excited, and don't get me wrong, I understand that, but what's the thing that's really driving people's adrenaline through the roof, through the tops of their heads when they see something like this? I submit to you that it is John Williams' theme that was so iconic and so incredible and exciting and just captured. It is Superman. Without John Williams' theme for Superman, we have no Superman. Superman doesn't know how to fly without John Williams' theme. And in maybe like the last 15 years, movie scoring has kind of moved away from the theme-heavy, really emotionally exposed and naked way of film scoring that we were so accustomed to from people like Jerry Goldsmith and John Williams and James Horner, and we've kind of gone into this almost ambient, cold, sort of removed a little bit feel. And the films themselves have also gone this direction, so there is an appropriateness to that. And there is a time and a place for it too. I mean, some movies just need to be told that way, but it seems like overwhelmingly, movie music has become kind of, stripped of all that raw, beautiful, make me cry in the theater, make me a blubbering mess, actually, in the theater, next to all my friends and family sitting beside me, and I don't even care. This is such a beautiful thing I'm seeing that I don't even care that they see me undone and ruined by the emotionally charged experience that I'm having right now. And the music does it. That's what I'm trying to say here. The music does it. Now, John Murphy, at least I'm assuming John Murphy composed the music to the trailer. Now, it's not impossible that perhaps somebody else composed it, even though I know he's doing the actual film score, but I'm assuming it's John Murphy here too. And it kind of sounds a little bit like Hans Zimmer, because with that electric guitar, the brr, 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 that it kind of sounds like Top Gun Maverick a little bit, mixed with John Williams' Superman theme. So anyway, there's just a lot here. Now, if you noticed, the trailer was very, very music heavy and had very sparse dialogue and sparse sound effects too. It was almost like you're watching a collage of moments and images from this upcoming Superman with just the soundtrack carrying the whole thing. That is key. That is the power of good movie music, and it's working here in this Superman trailer too. I watched some reaction videos where people watched this trailer and just turned into a complete mess. When did it happen? It happened as soon as John Williams' theme came in, and it was obvious that, oh, they're doing it. They're bringing it back. This is when movie music was at its peak. Back when John Williams was writing these incredible themes for like Star Wars, Superman, obviously, Indiana Jones, all these things. And he wasn't the only one doing it. Like I said, there were a lot of composers in the 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s where we just had this music that just gripped your heart and soul and wasn't embarrassed, wasn't ashamed, wasn't trying to hold back. And it was just incredible. And here, I think maybe, now I'm holding out hope here. Maybe John Murphy is going to take this thing all the way in the actual full score. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do to it. And I hope it's not just a shadow of John Williams somewhere back in the foreground and the rest of it is just sort of like not too memorable. Sounds good in the theater, it's action, you know, pulse pounding stuff, but it's just kind of like generic new soundtrack sound. I hope he goes back. I hope he harkens. Sure, update it like this was. It was updated, you know, kind of had this incredible choir. I even mentioned that again here. That struck me the first time. And that was the best moment in the trailer too, when that kid is raising the flag and he's holding on to the flagpole and he's like, Superman, and the music and the choir, that's it. That's the best part of that trailer. But needless to say, I am excited about this. I want to hear this soundtrack. I want to hear this music. And are you excited about the music too? I know you're all pumped about Superman, of course, but how excited were you when you recognized, if you recognized, John Williams' theme came in full force there in that trailer? Now, that reminds me actually, something that we're going to talk about on this channel, okay? I've got it down here on my soundtrack shelf. Let's see. It's sandwiched between two Jerry Goldsmith scores, The Sum of All Fears and The Swarm, and that is, of course, La La Land's 3-disc soundtrack remaster reissue for the 1978 Superman by John Williams. We're gonna cover this, and as you might be able to tell, it's really tightly shrink wrapped, so maybe not, but I haven't even opened this yet. Now, that does not mean I haven't heard this music, because this has been released multiple times. I am extremely familiar with this, but I am going to start spinning this puppy, and we are going to talk about this score in its entirety very, very soon. So, like me, I'm sure you're all pumped, I'm sure you're all hyped, and when you go into that movie theater and the lights dim and the movie starts, tap into what you're hearing as well as what you're seeing, because movie music is what makes the tears fall. Movie music is what makes the impact at the end of the day, and what makes these stories and these films so beloved in our mind. It is the spirit of all that we are as human beings in this human experience. It really is that profound. I'm not overstating this. Movie music is soul. So please, let me know how excited you are about this upcoming movie, and more importantly, this upcoming soundtrack. And while you're getting ready, while you're waiting in anticipation for this movie to come out, why not get yourself a copy of this soundtrack, for instance, and start spinning this thing? It is going to take you places that not many soundtracks can. Now, as I promised, there is a soundtrack that I wanted to talk about with you today that gets me going, that gets me pumped, that gets me excited, and I have got some intense reactions to it in this video here. Check it out right now, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this content, become a part of this community of soundtrack lovers today. Subscribe, like, share these videos, and I will see you very soon. And in the meantime, happy listening. Bum ba ba bum ba 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 da ba. Ba 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 bum ba 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 da ba ba. Ba 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 na. Ba 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 na. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.